Hey everyone, it's Louis and we're back on Cyberlink number 12. Exciting one, like always. And we have yet again another AI version of myself that looks way better. But on this Cyberlink number 12, we discuss about the app, we discuss about the Xbox Challenge, we discuss about the new website, but also the interest form for the token, which is yet to be released, but we're making progress towards the release, so stay tuned for that. I just went through the agenda just now, and I wanted to touch on the Xbox Challenge, which was announced on the last Cyberlink, but this is effectively live starting now. And if you wonder about what the challenge is about, you can go back to the last Cyberlink, but we've also made a 2-minute explainer video, which you will find in the comments down below. It's also a video that was translated in multiple different languages, ranging from German, to Spanish, to French, to Italian, to Polish, and obviously English. So for that, big kudos to all the community members that contributed to this. I believe we have Druido, Pac2, Jadi Dale, but also Wills Zer. I'm butchering so many names here, but thank you so much for helping us on translating this. You can already track your results on the website xbg-challenge.xborg.com. And a reminder that this is the season 1. There will be multiple different seasons leading up to the TGE, so the token generation events of Xborg. And if you're eligible for a challenge, so the rule is that you need to have more than 500 followers on the social media Twitter/X. You can go on our Discord. Again, the link will be down below. And you can claim your challenger mode, which you can only claim once you have 500 followers, and then you'll be able to be in this specific group of challengers. Now on to product updates. That's honestly pretty much the main thing that we're working towards today. We did leak a few times that it won't be xborg.gg anymore, it will be gamerbase.gg. We could tackle the reason why we are transitioning from xborg.gg to gamerbase, but in short, we believe it's a clearer positioning for the products. It's also that Xborg is very crypto focused, and you'll see the app is way more gaming focused. And we did not want, when people look at Xborg, that they see, okay, it's a completely crypto native thing. We wanted to give ourselves a fair chance towards gamers, and we believe that gamerbase is overall just net positive and a very little change for the Xborg ecosystem. But that will be the logo as you see here. So the update is communities testing starts this week with selected members of the community. I think there are about 10 community members that are assisting on the QA phase, which is just the quality assurance phase, to make sure that what we release to the public is fully working as expected on different devices, etc. We are looking for players on Dota 2 and CSGO and other games. So I'm asking now if you are playing this game, or if you have any interest in discovering these games and you want to test our infrastructure, then you can tell us directly in Discord or in the comments below on YouTube. We also have the in-app events. So I'm not going to explain here what this does, but it's actually I can. Why do I say this? I can. It's a bundle of quests that you can do and complete on multiple games. So it's a series of quests that you can do on the games that you play, and there will be a separate leaderboard. It's pretty much like a sprint that you would do on other engagement platforms. That's what we call events, and it's a great use case for for example, brands that want to do activations within the app. So we're talking to lots of Web2 brands at the moment, gaming brands that want to do activations on certain games, and they're using Gamerbase to do those activations. And it can be to do multiple social quests, but also gaming quests, which we're quite excited about. And this is ready to go live. This is QA, then we're basically just waiting for marketing to ramp up. And then the avatar, so the Xborg avatar, but also the other avatars for the other communities, this is ready to go live. And here is a blurred lick of the avatar, but that's the avatar that you will be able to compose almost like your profile picture, like your PFP, but directly within the app. And this will depend on your fan experience through the Xborg journey, but also through the journey of other communities, which today we're partnering with. And this ranges from some of the leading esports teams to some smaller communities around gaming. The other announcement is a new website is going out this Friday, and we are releasing the website in different phases. The reason for this is purely a matter of bandwidth, because we have the same engineers that work on the app than that work on the website, and you'll see the website is looking pretty damn cool. And this is just the homepage that goes out on Friday, and every week we intend to release a new section of the app. The other notable fact here is that we will start to have the interest form for the XBG public sale, and that will go live on the website. And of course, same as the community seed round, we will track those the amount of interest that there is for the public sale. We are doing a lot of partnerships with key opinion leaders in the space. We've actually onboarded last week one of the biggest KOL in crypto. As with most contracts, it's hard to discuss about this early on, since there's a lot behind it, but don't expect a huge inflow of interest in the public sale anytime in October. I would say around November, December, that's when we expect things to ramp up. It's also because we are waiting on app launch and the announcements of some substantial partnerships with esports teams and gaming brands and gaming communities for this to be of any meaningful interest or meaningful impact. As we also had teased in the last Cyberlink, we now have the Fireplace, which is the place where the Prometheus community can hang around with some other Prometheus community members, but also Xborg members overall. Last week we had a very interesting chat about GameFi and SocialFi with Favor. Favor is an app that is built on top of the Lens protocol and CyberConnect. And this week we have an interesting discussion with 5 people on how to grow on the X platform. And we're inviting Luna Crush, we are inviting also Fableborn, IC, ETH Lizards onto this discussion. And yeah, that will be quite exciting, I believe. Also, Hustlepedia is coming. And this is tonight at 7 p.m. CET. So if you're watching this video on the day of release, well, this is today in a couple of minutes or a couple of hours. So stay tuned for that. As with every Cyberlink, we have community questions. And we take pride in our transparency, or not just transparency, but also willingness to share a couple of things about Xborg. And we will only increase this over time, especially as we release the token launch, and that the interest of the community, well, all of the interests are pretty much aligned with our interest as building Xborg. And we have relevant questions about how will Xborg generate revenue and how does the community benefit from Xborg's revenue, which are two very relevant questions. especially in a context where most crypto protocols are not generating any revenues, and that means that they're not profitable. And obviously, a company or business that is not profitable is doomed to fail in the long term. Like if we look at a long enough time frame, a business that is not profitable is simply not going to work. And so obviously, as a holder and as someone that cares about Xborg, you need to closely look at how we are monetizing our product. The answer around the profitability is Xborg today is not profitable, and we will likely not be profitable within the next year or two, as our objective today is more so growth than revenue. Obviously, that doesn't mean that we are not deriving revenues today, and we'll explain here how we derive revenue out of Xborg. So to put some context, what we do at Xborg is we have this identity network, and we have applications that build on top of this identity, this layer of identity. And Gamerbase is one of the apps. There will be more apps coming. Of course, Gamerbase is the short-term focus, but on the medium to longer term or longer time frame, there will be other apps, and there will be other revenue models for those apps. But for Gamerbase specifically, since we're focusing on more the shorter term today, is it's a freemium model, meaning that the app is free to use for users, but there will be a premium model not only for users but also for communities. And for communities, there will be a monthly retainer. So we obviously have those numbers. I just did not want to communicate about those today, but in due course they will be communicated. And we also have commissions on wearables, both on the primary and secondary markets. There is also user subscriptions that will be derived from the communities. There will also be ads on some communities that won't come in the short term, but more on the medium term, and that will come with not this release, but the next big release, which will still happen this year. There will be an ad component. It won't be directly on the Gamerbase platform. It will be on a. Don't want to say what this is because it's it's an exciting item, but can't share yet. What I can say as a hint is it will enable us to 10x the number of games that we support on the platform. It's also something that will be built on top of Electron, which is a framework for building applications that are on desktop. The other parts of the business model is the super apps. So the super apps are the white label solutions that we offer to the largest esports teams. So when we speak about big teams, we really do. And we've successfully partnered with some of the best teams out there. Again, I'm so annoyed at saying this without actually being able to show you with who we partnered with. We believe that we will be rewarded at some point, and that we will be finally be able to announce this. To set the record clear, what we're waiting on is the app release and the marketing campaign with the esports teams. But it is something that we're working tirelessly on every single day. So for those apps, there is a monthly retainer, and there is a commission on wearable primary and secondary sales, but also overall any value flow that goes through the app, there is a commission. And we've actually started to monetize the esports teams that we've partnered with. I'm not comfortable today sharing the exact amounts. Hopefully at some point we will be able to, but as you might guess, it's not only dependent on myself or the team, but also the counterparty, which is the esports team in that case. Now, if we look at the other products that we build, as said, Gamerbase is not the only product. We will have or that we have today, but there is also the Launchpad and the ITOs. ITOs are initial team offerings. The ITO is coming later. We actually have some legal issues, well, not legal issues, but just legal hurdles, so things that we need to clear. For the record, we've been working on this since earlier, I would say January to February of this year. So these are very long conversations, but also because the ITO is it's a world's first in crypto, so that means there is more work that needs to be done, since we can't replicate a model that already worked. And for Launchpad and ITO, there is a listing fee. However, we believe that those fees will be substantially lower in terms of absolute value compared to Gamerbase. And then Ventures. Ventures is where we advise projects, so it's not something we've developed tremendously, but there will be advisory tokens that we will perceive for the tokens that for the games that we are advising. Today we are advising one game. It's also because of bandwidth and capacity within the team and opportunity cost, because we believe that there is such a greater opportunity with Gamerbase instead of Ventures in terms of revenue, but also growth and traction. So these are the revenue streams at an application level. Again, as we build other applications, there will be other revenue streams. Today I can't share the amounts of monthly retainer. We will be able to share those at some point, and that will come this year. Our goal is to have a transparency dashboard that will highlight the revenues that we make and profit or loss that we make on a given quarter or given month, as we believe it's super important for the sustainability of the ecosystem overall. The other part is the identity infrastructure. So as you know, we're building the identity of players, and as I said, we have applications that build on top of this network, and there will be fees that will be derived out of developers using this network. So initially it will be free, so we will not take this into consideration, but as we move forward, there will be further monetization, as in you will have to pay for calls to the network. We're not sure about this yet because we're quite early into this, and we will A/B test and know what works and what doesn't. And so this will likely change. Same for the fee structure on the application. It is something that we obviously we take very seriously, but we also think that today, for example, growth is more important than revenues. As we say very often, is in the startup world, you can follow either the growth or revenue trajectory, but the two at the same time is tough, because the startup model is such that if you don't grow fast enough, you'll likely not perceive a great market share, and as such, we today prioritize growth, but that doesn't mean that we're not able to make any revenues. But don't be surprised if not just Xborg, but other protocols are today not profitable. And that's essentially why we're raising funds. We've raised funds with the community, that we're also closing another financing round at the moment. And hopefully that brings some clarity as to the revenues that we make. And now the other question, which was the follow-up question, was okay, how does the community actually benefit from this? And this is likely to change at our own discretion, because there are pending legal conversations around this. But the goal is, and the whole ethos of Xborg anyway, is that we believe that gamers should be the ones that build the applications that they use, and as such, we also believe that the value that is created goes back in the hands of the people that shape the ecosystem, and as such, that means that part of the revenue should go towards the people building the ecosystem, like actually coding, everything, but we also believe that it should go back to whoever helped us on shaping those products. And that's why you have today a split that is likely to change. Could be more for the treasury, could be more for the community. It also depends on our financial situation. Are we going to unlock this at TGE? Likely not, but it's something we'll work towards. Again, we'll act in full transparency here. But the ideal scenario would be that half of what we generate goes back to the treasury, half goes back to the community reward pool, and we're in an ideal case, USDC would buy back our own native token, and that those will be distributed at the discretion of the XBG holders. Again, we have to put big disclaimers here, as we have legal conversations around those topics, but this is, to me, the simplest and best way in which the community could benefit out of this. Now, one thing I need to make clear is if you expect passive income, as in you're just holding the token and not doing anything with it, or not helping the community in any meaningful way, or helping the products or using the products at all, you'll likely not derive value out of the ecosystem, because that's how the whole value loop works, is we're giving back value to those that add value to us. And adding value to us is not buying the token. Adding value is using the products, is helping the community grow, and there will be overall a set of guidelines on how to be eligible for those rewards. But those won't be passive income, also because, as you might know, there are security concerns about this, and we obviously don't want the XBG token to be qualified as security. And that's also one of the reasons why we're doing this. Lastly, member of the month, and we today have Armo. Armo has done tremendous job at due diligence reports on the Launchpad. We've been quite quiet on the Launchpad. That doesn't mean that the members of the Investment Council haven't done any meaningful work. We have 2 pending deals that will likely go live in the coming weeks, and for that we're quite excited about. Reason for the Launchpad is that the market is pretty tough. Raising funds in this market is very tough because of the crypto prices being so down, and having VCs not being able to deploy money at the moment. So we're being very careful with the deals that we onboard on the Launchpad. But Armo has been around for almost a year, accumulated a ton of XP, and overall they helped a ton on due diligence. I remember on the call we had in the very first few weeks of Expo, so it's great to still see you around in the community and helping Sam on the investment part. So for that, thank you so much. So that was it. Key takeaways is we have the product that goes live with the community for testing. We also have the website. We also have the XBG challenge. We also cleared up some questions around the revenues for Xblog, and looking forward to seeing you back in about 2 weeks with hopefully the product launch and the avatar reveal for all of you. Until next time then, peace.